I'm Lynda Austin. Thank you for joining us for the Essence Message for the week of July 15th, 2012. I am the light. The light is surrounding me. The light is transforming me. The light is protecting me. Divine love is flowing around and through me, solving and dissolving all situations for the good of all. A higher power is in charge of my life, and only good can come through me. My mind is open, my heart is receptive, and miracles are happening right now. I consciously choose to raise my vibration to a place of truth and light. Yes, well, the channel has chosen a rather obscure episode to talk to you about in her column this week, not realizing how absolutely appropriate and timely it is. For many of you, you have been focused on a certain goal, a certain objective, just as, you know, for many years, your whole country, your whole earth, your world was focused on reaching the moon. And after that had been accomplished, as she says, you began to think of it as an everyday matter. Just as today you think of traveling beyond the Earth's gravitational pull as being a relatively simple day-to-day task, one that does not even engage your most far-thinking scientists in many countries any longer. And yet we want to point out to you that all of the goals, all of the direction, all of the resources that were put into that project to make sure that it worked beautifully are a metaphor, are a representation of each one of you with your daily, could we say, lives. Again and again and again, we want to point you to what are considered to be worldwide events, universal importance. Everything that is happening out there is mirroring what is happening in here. Many of you are familiar with the phrase, as above, so below. Well, certainly the Apollo 13 episode was mirroring what was going on below. Certainly what happens in the heavens mirrors what goes on below. Too many of you think that what is going out there causes what is happening in here. The exact opposite is true. You are the builders, you are the creators of everything that happens in your world, in your universe. And so, the metaphor is not that you cannot go to the moon. The metaphor is that's not really where you want to go. It represented something. It represented a search beyond yourself. And the, quote, near disaster represents the awakening to and the realization that you still have a great many things to learn right here. And so where you are today is exactly a picture of where those astronauts were not long after they left the Earth. Everything began to go wrong. Everything that they thought they needed was taken away from them. They immediately, or shortly thereafter, concluded that it was impossible for them to go to the moon at that time. And they turned their attention to, how do I go back and rediscover what it is that I was missing? That's where many of you are now. It's time. It's time to look at what was your destination? Where have you been trying to get to? Those of you who have been saying to yourselves, I want to build a healing center. I want to travel to Nepal. I want to sit at the feet of the Dalai Lama. These are all wonderful, praiseworthy goals. But is it really what you wanted to do? Is that where your joy is? Or is that what you were expected to do? Do you see what we are saying? Is that what was required for you to somehow meet a goal that had been set by others beyond you? You have been following someone else's vision. Now we say to you, look at what is in your own heart. Look at what calls to you. If everyone formed a healing center, who would be healed? We have said before, if everyone were Mother Teresa, who would you take care of? Not all of you are asked to do those things. They are presented to you as extreme examples of spiritual enlightenment, but we tell you they are simply extreme examples of visible, noticeable spiritual enlightenment. Some of the greatest spiritually enlightened beings on your planet have never made a ripple in the news. The goal for all of you between now and the end of this year is not to get to the moon. It's to get to the heart. And because so many of you have been trying to reach something that was not even your own personal goal, and putting all of your energy into something that was great, many of you are finding that your lives are blowing up, and you don't have oxygen, and you need to conserve your energy. Why is that? Because the goal is for you to find out who you are. What is your spiritual enlightenment? What is it that you are searching for? You are being called upon to set new goals for yourself and to let go of that which does not serve you. This is freedom. This is free will. This is what you are here for, to exercise your free will, to determine where is my joy, where is my goal. If you want to go to the moon, by all means, go. But don't go just because someone said that was where you would find enlightenment. If you want to be a healer, start with healing yourself and then choosing. You have a very, very short time left in this year to get to that place. It's time to look around and say, where am I headed? And is that where I really want to end up? Yes. We will close.